third season of Cobra Kai premiered this January, and man, was it a good season. What, you think it wasn't good enough? Quiet! Nothing bad exists in this show, and if there's something we can all agree on, it's that the confrontations and karate fights in the show are something else. And we got a whole lot more of them in Season 3. Welcome back to Patrol Clip, cadets, and today we'll be taking a look at the top 9 best fights in Cobra Kai Season 3. Warning, there will be some potential spoilers if you have not watched the season yet, so we highly suggest you get your ass in gear and check the show out. From Johnny and Daniel teaming up, to the showdowns between Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai, the fights this season were amazing. Before we begin, be sure to hit like and Cobra strike that subscribe button to stay up to date on all our new content.
Here we go! No mercy! Number 9, Robbie in Juvenile Hall.
After being forced by Daniel to turn himself into the police, Robbie ended up in Juvenile Hall, and a group of bullies and delinquents started messing with him almost the second he got in. When they fought for the first time, Robbie was actually taken out pretty quick, and it's surprising considering that he was arguably the best fighter in Miyagi-Do. Luckily, the fight was broken up before Robbie got himself too busted up. In the second fight, however, the old Robbie definitely returned. After being pushed to the final straw, he finally fights back against his fellow inmates and pretty much wins in a subtle way, also while gaining some respect from his former enemies.
Number 8, Johnny and Daniel versus the Car Thieves.
In this season, we get to see Johnny and Daniel team up as more of a buddy cop duo this time around in their search for Johnny's son, Robbie. After locating the van Robbie stole from LaRusso Auto, it's revealed that someone else got into possession of it. What ensues is an epic car chase with great banter all the way up to a warehouse with a bunch of car thieves and criminals. Daniel tries the defensive strategy by trying to talk his way out of it, but Johnny knows that it's gonna have to go the other way.
We can work this out.
Or not.
What comes next is a cool-ass fight, and we get to see Johnny and Daniel fight side by side for once. Then Johnny does start to take it a little too far, however, Daniel stops him, being the noble guy that he is.
Very good on you, Daniel-san.
Number 7, Laser Tag Warehouse Fight.
When Cobra Kai strikes once again at one of the Miyagi-Do students' workplace, Sam is amped up and ready to finally take revenge. Once she gets there, it seems like a fair fight, until Tori arrives. Her feelings of fear flood back and she basically breaks down, unable to move or fight back. This leads to the entire team getting beaten up pretty badly and Hawk purposely breaking Dimitri's arm. Ouch! Dick move, Eli. The whole fight itself was brutal, and while the Miyagi-Do gang didn't come out on top, it was a moment that showed just how much anger was brewing inside both teams.
Number 6, LaRusso House Party Brawl / Dimitri and Hawk reunited.
While Daniel, Amanda, Johnny, and Allie enjoy a posh Christmas party, Sam and Miguel invite the Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang kids over for a Christmas party to talk about joining forces against Cobra Kai. But little do they know that the LaRusso home is about to be invaded by the Cobra Kai dojo.
Dope, dope, dope.
Cobra Kai literally crashes in.
I didn't know you had a cat.
We don't.
Bird, what happened?
No cat.
I mean, come on guys, you threw some dude through a window. That's pretty rough. What proceeds is a massive fight throughout the entire house that has windows broken, furniture damaged, and plenty of blood spilled. There are also some great moments, one of the best being Hawk finally coming back to the good side and teaming up with Dimitri after his inner conflict finally gets resolved. Yeah, we all saw that look of remorse on his face. Miguel, who happens to be pinned down at the moment, sees this, and his strength and confidence come bursting back to fight, which leads Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang winning the battle.
Kia! Number 5, Sam versus Tori.
Meanwhile, in the midst of the house party brawl, Sam and Tori have some unfinished business to take care of.
I gotta be honest, Larusso. I thought you put up more of a fight. Guess I'll have to make my own fun.
Still deeply angry and remorseful, Tori mercilessly attacks Sam within her own dojo and even breaks a portrait of Mr. Miyagi. Bad idea. Now even Sam realizes that that's a little too far, and she finally conquers her fears to take down Tori. The fight is cut short by Hawk, Miguel, and the rest of the gang, but it was good while it lasted.
All right, students, you're not dismissed quite yet. Stick around until the end to see which scene we thought was the best. Number 4, young Johnny Crease, No Mercy.
One of the coolest things in Cobra Kai Season 3 are the flashbacks that show John Crease's backstory, from his time as a teenager, to when he was recruited into the Army, to even when he fought in Vietnam. Through these flashbacks, we also learn how Crease knows karate and where his No Mercy motto came from.
You lose concentration on the battlefield, and you're dead meat. You understand?
When Crease and his platoon are captured by the enemy after Crease fails to take out one of his comrades on a mission, the men are forced to fight to the death until one man remains. The ironic twist? They all fight over a pit of snakes. Eventually, Crease is put up against his captain, who, under the circumstances, says it's every man for himself and reveals to Crease how he kept the secret of his girlfriend dying in a car accident from him the entire time. Yikes, that's a little evil. The fight itself is epic, going back and forth until Crease finally gets the upper hand and the captain hangs on the edge in defeat, but suddenly they're saved when Ally soldiers arrive. Thinking that the fight's over, the captain tells Crease to pull him up, but after what he just said, yeah, you could bet that there's probably going to be no mercy.
Crease! No mercy. Crease!
We can definitely see how Cobra Kai came to be after this experience, and how Crease became the cold-hardened sensei we all know and love. Sort of.
Number 3, Daniel versus Chosen.
In this season, there were a lot of returning characters from the original Karate Kid movies. One of them in particular was surprising and served as a great character for Daniel to learn from. After meeting with Yumiko, Daniel's love interest from the Karate Kid 2, Daniel's forced into a meeting with the antagonist, Chosen, from the same movie. Last time we saw him, it wasn't that pretty.
No more talk! You cross the bridge, I get it!
But in Season 3 of Cobra Kai, he's definitely changed. After their forced reunion and a small tour of Okinawa, they have a battle in which Chosen reveals techniques from Miyagi-Do that Daniel never learned, including offensive tactics that rendered limbs numb. As we all know, that's a first for Miyagi style. Just as we thought Chosen might finally get his revenge on Daniel, he delivers a charming honk to Daniel's nose. The same treatment Daniel gave him in the original movie.
Wrong!
And then proceeds to laugh hysterically at his fake out. Turns out, Chosen learned a lot over 30 years, and it's good to know that he and Daniel are now good friends.
Number 2, rematch between Johnny and Crease.
After finding Miguel beaten and bruised after the LaRusso house brawl, Johnny storms over to the Cobra Kai dojo to confront Crease once and for all. Sadly, he finds his former sensei training his son Robbie, and it very likely brought some terrible memories back from the events that occurred in the original Karate Kid movies. The two of them engage in an intense fight that definitely had us on the edge of our seat and showed us that Johnny could actually beat Crease fairly well. We knew you had it in you, Johnny. However, with the intervention of Robbie, Johnny came close to being killed by Crease until a familiar face showed up and rescued him.
Number 1, Daniel versus Crease.
This was inevitable.
The person who rescues Johnny from almost being killed is Daniel, which is an interesting parallel to how Mr. Miyagi saved Johnny from Crease way back when, in a familiar fashion. Daniel is furious about his house being torn up and his daughter being attacked yet again, so their long-awaited fight begins pretty quickly. And this is definitely the fight that the entire season was leading up to.
You can't keep up this defense on me shit forever.
Good thing I don't have to.
It is super intense, and man, is it a good one. It gets to the point where the two senseis crash through a glass window. Crease, aren't you getting a little tired of being smashed through windows? And things get dangerous when Crease tries stabbing him with a piece of glass. However, Crease has no idea what Daniel learned during his travels in Okinawa. Daniel delivers the techniques that Chosen showed him during their fight, making Crease's limbs go completely numb. With Johnny nodding him on, Daniel almost finishes him off, but the intervention from Sam and Miguel reminds him about the importance of being merciful. It was definitely great to see Daniel and Crease go at it after all of these years, and with a mini tournament coming between the two dojos in Season 4, we couldn't be more excited for them to have a rematch. Of course, as senseis with their students. So, those were our favorite fight scenes from Season 3 of Cobra Kai. Which one was your favorite? Did you enjoy the season? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring-a-ding-ding the notification bell to stay up to date with all things Patrol Clip.
And until next time, Kya!